Welcome to the Sold Too Early Sports Card Podcast. Experts in sports trading cards and sensitive geopolitical situations. That's Kai. I'm sure I can fix them. This was 51 of the Sold Too Early podcast. Kai, that's a good intro. How the hell are you doing?
I'm doing good. Good intro. If we're at 51, hypothetically, we're probably at about the year anniversary mark.
We're past the year, only because I was out for a couple weeks. You've missed a couple episodes. We just for the national skipped an episode. We're past the year. It's pretty incredible. What's funny? I'm not sure if I said this on the podcast. The first episode we recorded, I had the microphone backwards and didn't know it because I'm a stupid fucking idiot.
Yeah, I think we led off pretty much in the same kind of topics too. I mean, we have basketball preseason coming up. We did our preseason NBA picks last year, so it's kind of funny. We're in the same little area.
I mean, it's almost like this sports card cycle is pretty, cylindrical, or it's a cycle.
Something like
it's
that. Yeah.
Shapes are hard. So is talking by yourself in general, or doing a podcast. One thing I want to announce, and one thing that we're excited to do, we've talked about Sold Too Late in the past couple times. I know we're still figuring out schedules with Joku. That's going to be a fun project, and I'm really, really excited for whatever bad shit happens from that. We're going to start doing like a weekly giveaway for people who watch and engage with this content. So as someone who like works in YouTube and like understands how important that shit is, one way of growing like that audience size is comments and likes and shares and all that important stuff. So to help make sure we actually do that, we're going to do a giveaway. Every single week, we're going to have a card that's given away. And we'll announce the winner the following episode. You see how that's how you get people to stay around. So in order to win, for instance, this first prize here is a Jaren Jackson 2021 NT Basketball Game Worn 3-color patch. Pretty card. Very nice card to give away for free. Shipping costs covered, everything like that. All you have to do is be a subscriber to the Sold Too Early podcast. Follow Kai and I on Instagram, which I imagine you're going to do anyway. As long as we have a minimum of 5 comments on the video, that's the one thing of the caveat. There has to be at least 5 commenters, because if we get one comment, it's just not going to work. So this is making sure everyone works together. We'll choose one person randomly, and you win. And I don't see why you couldn't win multiple times if you actively engage and comment or a subscriber. So once again, break it down super easily for myself. Give away a card every week. Winner will be announced the following episode. Minimum of 5 comments. Just comment on the video, be a subscriber, be someone engaged. We're not going to announce it at the start of the episodes who won, because audience retention. Hey, what do you know? It's almost like I know YouTube. But this will be our first giveaway, and hopefully we continue to do this for a long period of time. Now that we got the busy work out of the way,
Kai, I have a question real quick.
Go for it.
Do we want to give them something to comment about?
We can do that. I think just for this first one, a little trial run, it's just going to be a comment in general. I think that you actually bring up a good point there, Kai, of when we do a giveaway, when we announce the winner, we'll ask a fun question to make sure people actually are paying attention. So thank you, Kai, for calling that out. This time, you know what? Let's just say, tell us about your favorite pickup of the last month. And not like that's going to change anything. We're not going to choose our favorite answer, but, write something interesting. What was your favorite pickup that you had card-wise in the last month? Boom. There you go. All right. So we were talking about this before the episode started. Kai, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on right now. As a sad Yankee fan and a sad Giants fan, oh God, man, my sports teams suck. There is playoff baseball that I've admittedly not watched because Yankees are not in it. Football is making me really depressed, although I was right about Daniel Jones. And Ben Simmons did a thing in preseason. I think he played. Like, we're in a weird spot right now where all 3 major sports that I personally care about are going on. But it feels like not a lot of joy in there as a Yankee and New York Giants fan.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprisingly like a little bit of the opposite right now. I've got the Braves. I mean, I thought we were going to get a little bit in a tough spot if we lost last night, but that turned around. And then Falcons have a winning record, so I can't really complain too much. I mean, we'll see what the Hawks do, but not too like upset right now, which is surprising.
The interesting thing about the Falcons, and I guess the Giants were supposed to be in this position, is you are not committed to your quarterback long term. Ritter was a third round pick who you owe nothing to. And if you were good, awesome, you have a franchise quarterback. If you were mid, kind of SOL. If you were bad, you'd be in a position to draft Caleb Williams or the guy from Duke, North Carolina. Yeah, I keep getting them mixed up.
I know it's UNC.
Okay, I'm in that central area. I know those are like generally around the same area. Doesn't matter. The point is, because the Falcons are actually like pretty capable right now, I know it's been in spite of Ritter in some games, and some he's actually been quite good. You almost actually have the best of both worlds. The Giants paid Daniel Jones $40 million, and he has 3 touchdowns. It's really fucking sad how bad the quarterback play for the Giants has been, and it's really fault. Like, you can blame the offensive.
What do you like want them to do?
I would have been okay with them just not paying him. I said this before.
Yeah, but at this point, what would you want them to do?
I think at this point now, honestly, you draft a quarterback who you think Dable and the Giants GM agree is the future. You sit him for 3 games or 1 game because we know how quarterbacks go, and then you start him. And Daniel Jones, just after that year, you just take that lump, you move on.
Yeah, I mean, because you guys a little weak at receiver. Like, Saquon's probably gone.
Saquon is probably gone. You can't pay him. I mean,
so what do you
once again, there are major issues with the Giants outside of Daniel Jones. Has he been helped? No. Evan Neal is going to actively try and kill him as long as he remains the starting quarterback. Jones actually has a neck injury. I'm not sure what series it was, but
neck injury,
payment injury, bad. Ton of injuries there. No, offensive line, obviously huge issue. Whoever you put back there could be fucked. But it's very clear, regardless, that he's not the guy. I have said this for a while, so I'm not happy to be right. I was a very realistic Giants fan when I came into the season. I think I said on here like 5-12, 6-11. Maybe if everything went right, they were going to go like 10-7. Last year was a fluke, and it's really sad to say. But yeah, I would move on from Daniel Jones this offseason.
Yeah. For me, I think like Ritter's very annoying for a Falcons fan because he has stretches of games where he looks so incapable of being an NFL player. And then
hang on, they're cutting the lawn again. We seem to pick this fun time where like the lawn cutting just goes on, but go on.
Yeah, I mean, he just is so inconsistent because when he does play well, it looks amazing. Like, oh my god, we have a quarterback. But then next game, he'll just turn around and play like shit. So I would like to see him do like 2 or 3 games in a row where he's solid, so I can feel a little happier about him being a quarterback. But
I will say this though, Ritter is only 24, and once again, he's not setting the world on fire at all. But like, you're paying him nothing, and much like the Texans were last year, where if Davis Mills had ended up being pretty capable, you wouldn't have CJ Stroud. And even now, with CJ Stroud as their quarterback, I believe they're 3-2, or I know they're
2-3.
Okay, they did. Okay, so I knew that was about right, but
they've been in every game. They've looked very decent.
No, I'm they lost to your Falcons actually, so go through there. I really actually am impressed with their quarterback play so far. Of Anthony Richardson, I was dead wrong about. I mean, he's gotten hurt twice, maybe not dead wrong.
Like 3 times.
Concussion, arm injury.
He's going on IR now.
Oh, he's going on IR.
Well, it's assumed like a 4 to 5 week injury. Yeah.
Like, that's the issue with these athletic quarterbacks is like, if they don't slide and they're built like a truck, like Anthony Richardson is in the mold of like a Cam Newton, how long is that prime going to be? 5 years? Like, if he already is getting beat up now and having, pretty significant injuries, an arm injury, a shoulder injury, a concussion, already it's bad. Like, that's not a good thing to see. He might, if he ends up on the IR, he's have 4 games. He'll have played 3 full games and missed 5.
Yeah.
Something like that.
knock on wood, I mean, you look at Josh Allen, he's my fantasy quarterback in one league, but he doesn't really seem to get hurt. Maybe he's just smarter about it, but he takes some big hits.
I mean, it's also just kind of luck. I mean, you got to teach these guys to slide. You have to just be more careful with your body. There have been plenty of athletic quarterbacks who have unfortunately seen their careers derailed by injury. And when they are just the most athletic player on the field who never really developed a throwing motion or, could read defense super well, and you lose a step or two, that was the difference between you being in the NFL as a starter and probably out of it, like an RG3 or someone like that.
Yeah, I mean, you even look at like Lamar. I mean, he's still solid, but
Lamar actually can throw. That's the funny thing.
He can, but he's not above average without his legs.
No, and you're absolutely right about that. But I feel better about Lamar throwing the ball as a mobile quarterback than I feel about a lot of them, because he actually can throw a pretty nice ball. I mean, I know they lost to the Steelers this past week, but it wasn't his fault. Like, he actually was really, really accurate against a very good Steelers defense. And I mean, that's just, wins and losses and stats or whatever they are. But I do actually feel like Lamar can throw pretty well. Not exceptional, not top QB, but enough to
stay the starter.
Yeah, exactly. If his mobility was cut in half, we'd have a different conversation. But for right now, however long his contract is, I feel okay about it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, especially with some of the younger guys playing well. I mean, they're not going to have a ton of cards as of now. I know Anthony's the only quarterback who's going to have autos as of now. So, I mean, with Stroud looking so good, those Panini instants or whatever, they're through the roof.
They are spiking, yes. Mosaic came out with obviously no autos. Gold Standard's about to come out with no autos.
Did Anthony have autos in Mosaic? He's like,
I believe he did. I'm going to check eBay real quick while I know he had some in plates and patches.
Yeah, I know him and Bijan are basically the two main players, and then it's going to be tough because CJ Stroud looks really good. I know he's going to be he has Mosaic autos. I was going to say CJ Stroud's probably going to be a guy a lot of people want to target for like next year's buying or whatever.
But that's the thing, though, is he going to have any cards? And once again, like I have very much been like, fuck Panini. I hope they lose their license. I'm ready for something new. I don't like Fanatics at all. But Panini has really kind of ruined any good races that most collectors should have. It is unfortunate that this is a time where it feels like there is a lot of NFL talent, or a lot of great NFL talent in this rookie class, especially at QB. But even outside of them, Devon Achane, Jordan Addison, Bijan, like this was a very, very talented offensive draft class, it looks like. And even guys like Jalen Hyatt who have not done much yet, or
it's like four good tight ends. There's
Puka Nacua as well.
Zay Flowers. There's Sam Laporta.
I was going to ask you, is he a rookie? I wasn't sure.
There's a ton of good players this year. I mean, I think a lot of them will have autos and stuff, but just the fact that the products are going to be either lesser or, I don't know, maybe they'll get cut off at some point. It's just going to kind of suck.
We lose in the end, but if 5 years from now the sports card industry is in a better spot because of a Fanatics, do the ends justify the means? I don't know. This is such a weird time in this industry, and I don't claim to know all the answers. You can claim favoritism. You can claim that influencers are leading to more harm than good. I know Jeff Wilson's now opening a $2 million or $3 million facility in Atlanta. That's like a state-of-the-art card shop. Do I like him as a person? I don't know. I've talked to him once in my life. Do I think he does more harm than good? I don't know. I don't watch his content. Like, I only know that Fanatics is really putting influencers first. What that will mean, I don't know. I don't know enough yet, other than I'm willing to see something new.
It just makes me think about, like, in 10 years of CJ Stroud's on a Hall of Fame path and he has no autographed rookie cards. I mean, what does that even look like?
I think it looks like his Prism and Optics are insane.
Yeah.
Like, those products will come out. I would be very, very surprised if an Optic or a Prism or NT does not come out for this draft class. Now, they don't have autos. That's a different conversation. But Ben Simmons was an Upper Deck exclusive player. And when he looked like the next LeBron James, his cards, especially in Flawless, were fucking 5 figures in 2017 and 2018. And they're now under $500 because even I bought a Ben Simmons Flawless gem for the lulz, and I ended up flipping and making like $100, which is hilarious in 2023.
What was that guy's name that had the 101?
Which one?
That everyone was like, oh, he was being all annoying about it. He would call like the $100,000 Ben Simmons card.
Oh, that's Hottie. Yeah, that was some
hoodie or whatever.
Yeah, that was some like 2016, 2017.
I'll never forget about that.
Yeah, that guy 100% did not own 100. For context, this is like some early Instagram days on the card world. An individual pulled a 24 or 14 karat, I believe,
something like that. Yeah.
14 karat contenders card of Ben Simmons. Now, the golden ticket card, for anyone who is not aware, is literally a 1 ounce, I believe, 14 karat solid gold card of a player. This is in football and basketball. They might do it in baseball. It doesn't matter. It's not licensed. I've actually owned some of the silver tickets. I own a Bo Jackson silver ticket like 7 years ago at this point.
They come slabbed as well, right?
They come slabbed as well.
Yeah.
So it's a redemption that you get back, and then they obviously mail it to you. They're beautiful in person. This guy claimed to own, well, he did own the Ben Simmons 1 of 1, which was the rookie, and he claimed to sell for $100,000 to some like Chinese millionaire or billionaire who, after some research, probably did not exist, and it was bullshit. That guy, I believe, is still in cards. He's got a bunch of fucking face tattoos. So you obviously know he makes good decisions. He, hashtag invested in Ben Simmons. That obviously worked out well. And yeah, face tattoos means you clearly know exactly what you're doing.
You're going to have a whole group of people coming after you now.
First off, there's no punishment. There's nothing that happens in sports cards. What are you going to do? Tell me I'm a mean person in comments?
Better not put your address on that return label when the giveaway happens.
I'm going to jot that shit down and get rid of that. Kai, there's no justice in sports cards. If me saying mean things is the worst thing that happens, okay. I'll add you to the list of people who want to fight me at National. It's a quite short list right now, so I got to get ahead of it. It's like fucking Santa Claus. Yeah, it's like Santa Claus writing down his naughty list. It's like people who want to beat me up. And then they show up and they're 375 pounds. And they're like, oh, I respect you, bro.
What do you think about basketball?
I've not watched any preseason yet. What the first games were
last couple days. Yeah, last couple days.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention much to basketball until like even around Christmas time. Like the first month of basketball is really just like, oh, this player had 30 points, sell him. Fuck it, I don't want to own that anymore. I'll know if Cade Cunningham has a good game if I get eBay offers on my NCRPA that I got from you and Joko actually. 3 weeks ago, something like that.
4 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, it's a sick card. I mean, I'm happy to own it. I mean, if I sell it now, I'll take the money. That's cool. But I'll know if he plays well in a game that I'm not going to watch because, I just got 7 offers on eBay. I guess he did something. That's the interesting thing as well, is obviously you can't watch every single sports game. You can watch NFL Red Zone like I do, and that's awesome. And like that's like my NFL fill. But you're not going to watch every NBA basketball game. It's just not going to happen. So when you have cards of like these really desired players and they just pop off randomly for 30 or 40 points, and you start seeing eBay notifications come in, you know something just happened, good or bad.
Yeah, I know Chet and Wemby played last night, and they both played really well. We got a couple offers on like our Chet cards and stuff.
There you go. And did you watch that game?
No.
Exactly. Fucking.
I think Chet had like 21 and 7 in like 15 minutes.
Well, you think he's actually going to win Rookie of the Year, right? I think we have this conversation.
I think he was my pick if we did that. Yeah, it sounds.
Yeah, I mean, I really do think Wemby's going to be good, not great out of the start. He's just not. He doesn't have this. He's not heavy enough to like
he
really.
Played well last night. He got an and one on Chet. I don't know if you saw that. He like.
Those are two skeletons. It doesn't fucking matter. It was
pretty funny to watch.
Put him against someone who's like 250, 260. He's just going to get beat up. I mean, if Wemby comes out and averages like 16, 8, 4 assists, and 2 blocks, pretty good.
It's
Like,
really good.
I don't really know. I don't know if anyone rationally can expect him to put out like 20, 10 a game to start. I think it's entirely possible that he is a defensive player of the year candidate. I don't think he's going to win it, but like if he has 2 blocks and like a steal a game, he'll be in the
I could see him
conversation.
averaging like 3-4 blocks. He's so.
I think 3 or 4 is just like unrealistic.
It's unrealistic. I see it though. I don't know why.
I think 2 is a very. I think my numbers are very conservative. I also see Wemby shooting like 30% from the 3-point line. Like he is going to have, in my opinion, a below average 3-point shooting year. He wasn't that good at shooting it in France. So I think having a respectable 3 is the goal a year or 2 from now. I think right now the goal is just like, hey, you have to respect him from the 3-point line. If he's inefficient, it's fine.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. There's a lot of the Bucks got Dame, the Celtics got Porzingis and Drew. There's a lot of pretty like super teams with the Suns too. We'll see what happens, I guess. The Nuggets.
Is it really trendy to say that like one of those teams, in my opinion, will not make the finals this year?
I think it is definitely a fact considering they're both in the same conference.
The Suns and the Celtics. Wait, I'm sorry.
The Celtics and Bucks.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Suns and Celtics.
Well, the Suns too, yeah. And then
That's what I thought you meant. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I mean, I guarantee you one of them won't make it.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was saying.
I'll bet on that.
Yeah, sorry, I'm retarded. Celtics and Bucks will not make the NBA Finals against each other. No, that's not how that works. Thank you. I will also put out there then, because obviously I'm saying
your original point I would agree with too. I don't think this one of the Suns or Bucks makes it.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be the Suns who don't make it.
Yeah, I don't know. They look pretty good in the first preseason game, but I don't think they have enough like starting defense. Like their team's really deep, but I don't think they have.
Their team is so top heavy, and Durant is just not. You can't count on him anymore. Durant might play like 45 games this year.
I don't know. I disagree with that. He's still really good.
Listen. Let's just go by games played last.
You don't need to. The thing you got Booker and Beal.
No, you don't need to. But once again, you have to manage Durant very carefully. For instance, since COVID, so 2020, actually that works perfectly. Since his Achilles injury, so that's 2019 season, he's played 35 games, 55 games, 47 games in the last 3 years.
Thing is, you can't manage him anymore.
You have to just expect Durant to play 45 to 50 games.
Well, there's new rules about that.
What?
There's new rules about that.
Okay, so he can't win an MVP. If you win a ring, does it matter?
Well, if you're playing on TV, you can't rest 2 All-Stars or something at the same game or something like that.
But I just think he's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
That would just suck.
Of course, I'm not rooting for injuries at all, and I like Durant.
Sound like you were.
What?
It sounded like you were.
No, I'm not rooting for injuries. I'm just calling it out. Like, unfortunately, Durant is now going to be 35. Achilles injury obviously like derailed like that longevity part of his career, because before that, for reference, 27 games in 2014, 72, 62, 68, 78 injured. So like that like ability to play 65, 75, 80%, 80 games is gone, in my opinion. He's not like he's going to get healthier. I didn't realize he only played 8 games for the Suns when he got traded to them last year.
He was hurt when he got traded, wasn't he?
I believe he was. He might have made his debut and then gotten hurt, but like it was something like that. I would be lying to you if I knew the exact details.
A guy that I kind of forgot about. It's pretty funny because, I mean, you look at Ja. Obviously, he did the whole gun thing, but he's so freaking good at basketball when he plays.
Ja is explosive. I
just want to see what happens there when he comes back. I mean, he's drops 40, 50 like every couple days. I mean, he's really good. It just sucks.
I wonder if the ship has sailed for him and Zion card prices. Like, obviously, they still have the ability to be like phenomenal players,
superstars if they pan out.
Ja was a superstar. He's just a fucking idiot. Like, you can't fix stupid. Like, have people forgiven him, quote unquote, to like spend the amount of money that they were a year ago on him? I don't know.
It's tough because his cards still, I mean, the higher end still go for the same amounts because people are so in over their ass on him that they're either shilling them or they're paying too much just to keep the comps high.
Well, that's the funny thing about like someone like Joe Burrow before last week. Like Joe Burrow was the worst starting quarterback in the NFL for the first quarter of the season, basically.
Yeah.
Now he had a great game on Sunday. Those prices stayed pretty solid from what I saw.
Yep.
Like,
well, I don't think people are worried about Joe Burrow. Like, is that your point? Kind of like he's solidified.
I was more saying like performance on the field or the court or whatever obviously plays an impact. But to your point, those stayed resilient because I think people knew, hey, he didn't just all of a sudden die and become the worst player ever. He probably should just sat out, which I still think I still think he should have probably sat out the first 4 or 5 games till he was 100% healthy. But now they're now Bengals are 2-3, so they can still be a contender for a wild card spot.
Yeah, shout out Jamar Chase, DJ Moore, and Travis Etienne with the
you beat the
120 points or something.
Dude, I faced Justin Fields and DJ Moore in a fantasy league, and I won by 45 points this week.
That's his rest of the team must suck.
It wasn't even that. I scored like 190 points in like a half-point PPR. I just ran circles around this guy somehow. Also, for reference, running circles around Ja Morant, I'm going to show this actually. Hang on. A really nice-looking NTRPA. $18,000 on the 6th. Like, that is obviously expensive, but...
What was the grade?
8.510. I'm showing it in a second. I'm getting it open. Like, obviously, these cards are still pricey, but, like, that's a nice-looking NTRPA.
Yeah, that'll be a $40,000 card.
Yeah, like, that is... You can't get a better patch. It's a true RPA. It's a 999. Good enough subs. 18 grand is definitely quote-unquote affordable if you're a high-end dealer and you believe in Ja or think you could flip it.
Okay, so the way I look at this, though, I could be totally wrong here. I'm pretty sure a Trae Young's like half the price right now.
The issue with Trae Young, and once again,
I know. I was just saying...
The issue with Trae Young is not even him. It's the fact you cannot fucking trust the comps. And we even got a question about this. I'm going to pull it up in a second because... Oh, there's my phone. People were having this conversation with me about like, hey, what do we do about comps? And like, how do we actually like have conversations about them? Because comps and numbers in general are only what you make of them. You have to be an intelligent collector when it comes to finding comps. Because they fucking lie. Comps are a guide. But when it's stuff like this, like a Trae Young, a Jaren Jackson Jr., ironically enough, or who else is like a heavily shilled player?
Zion,
Zion, yeah. Like you cannot fucking trust these.
Just look at it. It's the same card like 6 times.
Yeah, it's just like I wouldn't touch a Trae Young card now. At any price. He is literally, you can't buy him.
Is that the same card listed again?
I think that's actually listed, yeah.
Is that the same card though?
That's sold
like 4 times?
I'm checking. I think it is. Like you cannot trust the numbers, so
yep, I think it is.
It is the same card. Yeah, the same card.
Is it? No, it's different. It's a different pack.
27-49. No, it's different. You're right. Fair enough. But once again, you still cannot trust what you're seeing. It's really scary. I mean, like, if you're a new collector and you're an Atlanta Hawks fan, I'm sorry, first off. And secondly, like, you want to buy your favorite player, Trae Young, what the fuck do you do? Like, there's no actual reliable source.
Well, the issue also is like a majority of the time, you literally just can't win the auction on eBay because someone's going to shill it. So even if you wanted to overpay for that card, I mean, these people are probably putting in bids of like $500,000. Like, you're not going to win the card.
So you tell me I have to spend $501,000?
Probably, yeah.
Let's just look at the auction. I'm just curious. So Yeah, private and one.
classic.
The last legitimate bid. Oh my god, it might have literally been $100. I'm not saying that this person or this person's not legit.
Click on them.
Yeah, I have to, right?
I think it'll tell you the percent or something.
37%.
37% for that seller. That's really high.
That is really high. This one's 40. Okay, yeah, they're both not legit. 97% positive feedback. Jesus.
Check the high feedback guy too. I'm kind of curious.
Okay.
I feel like he's legit. Yeah, there you go.
As someone is knocking on my door, hang on. Let me go get that. I guess we're doing an unboxing.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Sasha who sent part of a deal for a nice card. All right. Yeah, this guy looks Trae Young cards you can't trust. Comps are what you make of them. I really think, unfortunately, the best thing you could do is think critically, and that's not a good answer. I know that I kind of always harp on that point, but the only thing you could really do in the sports car world is be super duper critical of everything you see. Nothing is what you take of it at face value. All you can really do, as I get this card open, it's a nice one,
Scan view,
is pay attention to the information given and make your own opinion based on what you see. How about, for instance, for the card we have today, how about a 2002 Upper Deck used golf scorecard signature of Tiger Woods, PSA 10.
I can counter you with a Malik Willis Optic Contenders auto.
Is that a gold at least?
No, it is Joku's orange.
Oh God. I'm gonna say that I win, just based on the fact that this is one of the best golfers of all time, and your guy, although it is a lower number than mine, which is not numbered,
one of the guys of all time.
Yes, he is. He's in fact, shockingly, one of the quarterbacks of all time. Is in fact the third best quarterback possibly on the Tennessee Titans roster. Argument for fourth based on Derrick Henry, who has more passing touchdowns this year than
probably career. Definitely.
I honestly think you're right.
I think Henry has 6 or 7 touchdowns.
I think it's 4.
Malik Willis does not have 4 touchdown passes, I don't think. I don't even know if he has 1.
Malik Willis has none. Oh God.
Yeah.
He has 3 interceptions though, so Jesus Christ.
Buy it now.
It can only go up. Well, maybe. Tannehill's not the guy though. I would be shocked if Tannehill is the starter. It's
crazy. Forget about the Will Levis guy they drafted.
The issue you run into, Kai, truthfully, is people who really are into sports cards actually have the most fucking trash sports takes because they are so financially motivated by the cards they own, they can't be objective. And that's me as someone who fucking trashed my Giants. I bought the Yankees Kool-Aid this, in the baseball season, but I trashed the Giants and was right. I trashed Daniel Jones and I was right. I trashed most of the young quarterbacks in the NFL. I didn't think they were that good. And Jordan Love has not been the best, although for a couple weeks there he looked pretty good. Justin Fields looked like fucking trash, and now he's actually been quite good, so it's inverse. Go figure. Jones has been bad. Sam Howell's been acceptable. Bryce Young's been bad. Who else is
Stroud, Ritter?
Stroud you couldn't buy, but he's been incredible.
Pickett.
I think I was wrong there. Pickett's been bad. Pickett has just not been good. I actually bought more Desmond Ritter because his prices are so low. My mentality, Kai, on that is I got them at good prices. They're down 40% anyway from the start of the season. It feels like it doesn't matter. And he might lead the Falcons to the playoffs because your division is just it's not much.
It's so annoying. We're all us, the Saints, and the Bucks are all going to be deadlocked the whole year.
Okay, so Bucks are 3-1. They were on the bye week. Yeah, it's 3-2, 3-2, 3-1, 3-2, 3-2, and 0-5. I think the Bucks might be the early season surprises because I don't really think anyone expect them to be good with Baker Mayfield.
He's been capable so far. We'll see.
Baker is absolutely earning himself a long NFL career. Like, he really seems to inspire his teammates. That is a key quality in a backup quarterback. I mean, even if you start him a couple times a year, that guy will fucking run through a brick wall for his guys. And they obviously are connecting with him, and like they are really understanding like what he's doing. That's all you could ask for.
It's kind of like a white Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, that's not. You make $40 million doing that, like more, I guess.
Pre-game speeches, win a couple games.
Yeah, I mean,
Tyrod. Much more.
I won't be sure. Maybe Tyrod's gonna play for the Giants this week. I don't actually know how bad.
I hope so.
It'd be really ironic. How injured is Daniel Jones? He's dead.
There's so many like solid players that went on IR or like decently hurt that just got announced randomly yesterday.
Devon Achane, Justin Jefferson,
James Conner.
Oh yeah, James Conner got hurt.
Travis
White after the year. Christian Gonzalez after the year.
The linebacker for the Bills too.
My God, what's
Matt Milano?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, ton of guys.
Who else? Who else got hurt recently? It's so hard to keep track of everything, and I try to say football's the one
sport.
Go for it.
Khalil Herbert, the Bears running back.
Yeah, he's okay.
He like bent his whole body backwards or something. I don't even remember what happened, but
I really try to stay up to date on most things football. That is my real like true passion in sports. I love baseball. I'll watch baseball whenever because like it's just good background noise. Basketball, I really only enjoy watching in person. It's fine on TV when it's the playoffs, but like to watch a Nets Hornets game in like early December or like mid-January, I'm like, nah. I can't do a ton of regular season basketball. So football is like the only sport I really, really like get into and like watch every minute of when I can. I try to stay up to date best I can.
The issues like with football, I mean, you got 17 games, you got to win as many as you can. With baseball, it doesn't really seem like people want to rest that much. I mean, people are pretty much playing every day. I think basketball, they try to manipulate it as much as they can to kind of be like resting and boring.
Dude, it would not shock me if we have a lockout for basketball whenever the collective bargaining agreement's up. Like,
I don't know when that would be. I feel like did they just agree, or was that was baseball a couple of years ago, right?
Baseball got locked out. Don't forget. I mean, it's also
that was
COVID.
Like 2 years ago, I think.
3 years ago at this point.
I'm pretty sure that's the year the Braves won the World Series. I think.
Yeah, good fucking
21.
job, Kai assholes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the one thing I will say is this: sports cards and real sports run like in two straight lines. And obviously there's a lot of overlap because guess what? Sports and sports cards are connected. But when you get into like the high value items, your logic and your understanding of the sports world in general just goes out the fucking window. And the only thing you can do about that is just understand that that's just how it's going to be. Because Kai, guess what you and I were doing recently, making a ton of money on? We were buying Bowman Chrome. And Bowman Chrome makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, I think if you get too attached to like following how people do in real life and trying to correlate that to cards, I think you're gonna get in a bad situation. I think you really just have to pay attention to what stuff's selling for, who people want. Yeah, I wouldn't like just live and die by in-person real stats and stuff. I would probably try to use every factor you can when pricing and buying and selling stuff. It just doesn't make sense, and I guess that's just how it always is going to be. But
it is, and if you try to fight it, you lose. What's funny is a question from Cards by Joe, and this was the segue I was leading into, was our favorite sport, like non-card investments, quote unquote. So like tickets or game-worn sneakers or whatever. For me, I love game-worn jerseys. I think that's now become my pseudo PC, quote unquote, because I'd rather spend more money on a game-worn jersey than 3 cards of a player and like have a sticker auto. And it's like, oh, this is not associated patch and a sticker auto. this player never fucking touched this card. Why do I want this? What's interesting though, on PWCC this past Sunday was a game-worn finals jersey of Draymond Green. Mikey's Cards and I had agreed to split the item. While we didn't win it, it went for about $4,000. Could you fucking imagine what the cards of that would be breaking out?
That's what I said. Yeah,
like $4,000 for that all in is once again, that's a lot of money, but it's not that much money. It's not like
my point I was saying is if you look at those, what product do those come out of?
Opulence.
Yeah, you look at those, the ones that have the like logo on them, those do what, a couple grand, and then you have the entire rest of the jersey. So I thought that sounded like a bargain, honestly, but
it did. No, I wanted it. Hang on, I'm putting in I'm opening eBay and opening up the most recent sales.
Yeah, I mean, even lesser guys, the NBA final like logo patch from the booklet does at least a couple.
I owned a Tristan Thompson Opulence Finals logo patch. It was fucking sick. I got like $1,000 for it. I paid like $500 for it. It was Tristan Thompson. Like, who cares about him? There's no recent sales in Opulence booklets. Let me open up Card Ladder and see if I can find any sales. But yeah, I mean, if my financial situation was not a little weird at the moment, I probably would have just bought it outright and like told Mikey, hey, I got it. But for me at the moment, my current 9-to-5 job is a little up in the air. So that's fun. But if you look at, for instance, like sales of jerseys, oh, this is fucking funny. Hang on. Let me show this to the class. Remember, we could have paid $4,000 for a Draymond Green Finals jersey from 2019. Or you could buy a Jordan Bell Finals patch for $100, or a Stephen Curry patch for $2,600, or, another patch for $13,000, or, Kevin Durant Finals booklet.
That's just the logo, man. Yeah, like
you have
the rest of the jersey too.
$22,000. Like,
Iguodala is probably a pretty good comparison to Draymond.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's so stupid. Iggy 450. I mean, obviously these cards don't come up so often. I mean, they come up often enough that like you can get a general baseline.
There's a Draymond right there.
Let's see the last Draymond sale. $515 last year. $720.
I mean, like, if you just want to look at it objectively, that card's numbered to 18. You think they put the whole jersey out of the 18 cards or no?
I don't know. I don't think they can. Like,
well, if you go 18 times 500, that's almost $10,000, right?
God, sports cards make no fucking sense. I would have loved to own that Draymond Green jersey and put it on eBay at like $10,000 or best offer and just wait. It just didn't work out for us financially at that time. Don't run game-worn jerseys on PWCC. If you do, I'll snipe them. What's interesting, though, is that jersey had sold in June of 2022, I believe, on Golden, and it did $3,700. So, or actually, it might have been 2021. I did research before Mikey and I were bidding. I would not say the peak of game-worn jerseys was then or even now, but a finals game-worn jersey is a finals game-worn jersey, and Draymond Green's a pretty good player, so.
Yeah. Was it photo matched or anything?
It had my gray, so take that for what you will. Me gray, my gray.
Yeah, who cares?
It'll be interesting. Oh, and then we have one more question. We have really, Kai, you and I have ribbed on this idea a lot, but this is a fun one because you're not going to know what this question is. From Mick Thrift and Mick Thrifting NJ, what kind of new variations would you like to see with sports cards? Colors, patterns, etc. We have dunked on the emojis. The emoji parallels, they're in like Optic for
They're Donruss and Optic, I guess.
I'm gonna pull it up.
It's like the paper Donruss, and I think baseball does it in Topps, or is it Donruss for baseball too?
I don't know. I am looking for emojis. We got the blue stars. Hang on. I want the 100 fire ones.
The tacos and stuff.
Well, Taco Fractor is a thing.
I know. You saw the what those were?
Here's the fire. So fucking stupid. It is in football, which is funny. The Taco Fractor the Kai's referring to is a $15,000 net giveaway between the MLB, or Topps, I should say, and Taco Bell. The first person to steal a base in the World Series, if you own their Taco Fractor, you win free Taco Bell for life.
And then the wild card one is like everyone else.
Yeah. I mean, $15,000 worth of Taco Bell sounds like death. So, I mean, you're not going to last that long. They also going to write you a check for the taxes you would incur. So you basically net out 15.
Well, I think it's like, isn't it like 10 or 12, and then they give you like $3,000 as a check to counteract?
No, so it was $15,000 digital gift card.
Gotcha.
And like a $5,600 check to cover the taxes.
Gotcha.
Like that's how I understood, and that's how I read it, which is
You're
good
right.
good on Taco Bell, I guess, but also bad on Taco Bell because you're going to kill that person either from sodium poisoning or just renal failure. So, not looking forward to whoever wins that. I'm sorry. I hope you have a good plumber. Anyway,
I don't want to see new ones.
I don't know what else you can do with sports cards. We have kind of, I don't think we've peaked in how cards are designed, but what can you really change about a sports card that's not been done before? You can make it oversized. You can make a booklet. You can make it on card. You can make it not fucking contain Dick's Sporting Goods patches. You're not going to really do that much. I could definitely see some fucking executive at Topps, Fanatics, or Panini being like, "Well, we make a Pride parallel, and it's a fucking rainbow." It wouldn't shock me at this point now if that's been discussed or even created.
Probably already a thing.
It wouldn't shock me if it's a thing. Like, what can you actually do to make cards? Put a new spin on cards. It's been 140 years of trading cards, either from fucking cigarettes we used to sell to kids or NFTs we now sell to children. And oh god, we have not learned our lesson at all.
Yeah, I have no ideas. If you bring back Topps, you can do some cool atomics and whatnot.
Super Fractors,
Pulsars and stuff. Super Fractor.
Like, would that be cool with football stuff? Like, I don't know what else you could do. Like, you're gonna get like some animal parallels. You'll get like, oh man, what do you get? You got like a Puggle parallel.
Yeah.
I don't.
Does anyone collect these, or what is the point?
Kai, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we're the problem. Maybe we are just the ones who don't understand. And like people actually have a love for emoji and like different color parallels. Like, what the fuck is next? Like, Bowman Chrome has a Papadopoulos, I think that's what it's called for the 1-of-1.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
So, like, first off, what the fuck is that? A spelling bee word, or like, what are we doing here? Secondly, I mean, it looks like some of them sell the emoji. The 100 emoji parallel seems to sell. And there's a fire. It's flames. It's hot. It's just like a novelty. And I would be lying if I knew how to fix it, because you can't make more colors, obviously. The presentation of cards is finicky, because if you make them oversized or booklets, first off, if you make them booklets, the value just goes down immediately. Booklets just do not sell for whatever reason. They just don't. I personally like booklet cards, but they're difficult to move. Oversized for the same reason. The window of a card. Like, there's no real way to redesign cards at this point in time to make it feel new. And I do feel bad for like designers who actually go and like sketch up like mock-ups of cards, because you really can't do much. at all. So I think on the spot, it's difficult to even say how to even improve a card other than just like, hey, having better patches and have game worn jerseys and everything's on card. That's about all I could actually say that's like useful.
Yeah, I have no idea how you can even start doing that. I mean, quality control, that doesn't really change the card.
No, exactly. It's just like what. That's a tough one. Now, if you were just creating cards for the collector, what a crazy thought that is.
That's definitely not the point.
No. That's not the point at all. What are you talking about, sir? It's obviously only about the financial side. And anyone who says otherwise is a big, fat, dummy idiot face. No, but I mean, like, I don't even know. I wouldn't even... If I was just to name stupid parallels, I could probably go for another hour and make like a clock parallel, like just just clocks and dog faces. TikTok. I would make TikTok.
I probably have half of those already. There's definitely a dog one.
There's definitely a dog one. Well, I think eggplant emoji is a thing. Please, oh my god, please.
It is. I'm pretty sure. I think.
Hang on. Is eggplant emoji a thing? I don't see it. I think that would just sell. I mean, that would sell super well. I don't think it actually exists. Shit parallel. Yeah, I would just
that exists. I'm like 99% sure.
No.
I swear I'm like very confident that one exists. I've seen multiple of those before.
I'm pulling back up eBay. I don't believe you. You're lying to me. I need these. This is who collects poop parallels and eggplant parallels is people like me. If the poop parallel exists, I will buy one and I will give it away.
I can't believe people got me typing in Donruss poop emoji on eBay right now.
I'm literally typing in the same thing. Kai, we're the only people to ever search this.
I swear this is a thing.
Maybe it was a joke. If someone can find a poop emoji optic card or an eggplant emoji, Donruss card, I will buy it for your asking price. As long as it's not over $50.
Yeah, it might have been a fake mock-up. That could be my bad.
I feel better about
that. Could be my bad. I swear I saw one, but for now I'll assume I'm wrong.
I mean, this shit sucks. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha.
Oh,
no, this is terrible. All right. I am quite satisfied with what we have. Anything you want to touch on that we didn't get to? We got through all our questions, which were pretty short this week, but like we had a lot to talk about regardless of like actual sports, so that's good.
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, it's kind of a weird time the next couple of months. Like nothing's really that sought after. I guess basketball cards of guys who play well, but
I would even say the basketball market has already like taken off a little bit. Like it's almost time to like the season's a week or two away. I would be comfortable not owning much basketball tip off. I mean, if I have my Cade and I sell it at Dallas or Chicago, so be it. But like the funny thing is the best time to sell most items is right before the season starts because you let the person who's getting that item think they're going to win because they think they have like a little more time to sell. But if you're buying all year round or pretty consistently, you are ahead of the markets. It's kind of why I'm buying football right now because I did always say week 8, week 10, week 12, whatever, there was going to be a sell-off. We're at week 6. Like, it's okay to buy some football now of guys who've just like underperformed or just inevitably the market has gotten bored of, which maybe that's happening a little bit less this year because there's no quarterbacks to really buy because you can't buy any quarterback stuff for high value for high numbers. But in most seasons, you would be able to get like pretty good bargain deals when you compare it to like Anthony Richardson or CJ Stroud or Will Levis cards that would be selling for 5 figures.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, we'll have to see how it goes with quarterbacks.
I mean, if you already want to start buying for national, I can already tell you what quarterbacks to buy. It's going to be like, oh man, who's like a third-year quarterback right now?
So third year would be Fields and T-Law.
No, they already had their day in the sun. All right, hang
Yeah,
on.
so I think it's gonna be like the Ritter year, like them, and then
So that would
probably
be
like Howell, Purdy,
wow. Oh my god, I forgot 2022 was so bad for quarterbacks. Oh no.
Ritter, maybe Pickett.
No, I think it's going to be. Unfortunately, the trick seems to be with the national and like these major shows in general. The fact we're talking about this is crazy, but it's true. Like second, third, and fourth year quarterbacks are like the only things that actually matter because people just want to dump all that stuff. And if you buy it early enough, you can catch that hype wave because it happens every year. It's ironic though that like Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Will Levis won't have notable cards. 2022 is Kenny Pickett, fucking LOL. 2021 is Justin Fields, T-Law, Mac Jones's buns, Zach Wilson's buns. 2020 is you can buy Herbert, you can buy Burrow, you can buy
Tua, Hurts.
Burrow's 2019. So I'm sorry. 2020 is Tua, Herbert,
Hurts.
Thank you. Hurts actually almost sells like a bargain compared to those guys, which is funny.
Isn't no Burrow's 20? No.
Oh no, Burrow is 2020. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I checked Wikipedia.
There's one more guy too, isn't there? Burrow, Herbert, Hurts, Tua. There's one more guy. I'm fairly confident there's 5 quarterbacks.
Burrow, Tua, Herbert. Oh, Jordan Love.
Jordan Love, yeah.
2020 was actually a pretty insane draft class.
One of the best quarterback classes I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's a fucking really good draft class. And also, who can forget Jacob Eason, James Morgan, Jake Fromm, Jake Luton, Cole McDonald.
I can forget them pretty easily.
I'm just on Wikipedia. Oh, Tommy Stevens, Nate Stanley. Oh, Tyler Huntley was an undrafted player in this draft class, huh? Bryce Perkins. Oh, was it Kendall Hinton here? Hang on. Favorite meme quarterback, Kendall Hinton? He was! Nice. My favorite meme guy. The guy who played one game for the Broncos as a starting quarterback because they all got COVID.
Mm.
Do you not remember that? That's one of my favorite games.
I do remember that. I just forgot.
That is, I have one of his shirts. I think I've worn it on this podcast. It's kind of faded now, but it is just a fucking funny thing. The only reason why he had to play with like 24 hours notice was because they all got COVID. And yeah, it was the stupidest game I've ever watched. And I enjoyed it.
Those are the most fun sometimes.
I know. All right. That's everything I have. I think we're good. All right. So remember, giveaway announced. We'll announce the winner of this next week. 5 comments or more. We'll choose a winner. The question, once again, for anyone who remembers it or doesn't, like I don't, what's your favorite pickup in the last month, sport car wise, and why you like it? So later, guys.
See you.